first book. Do The Man in the Iron Mask. I don't know much about books or anything. I don't know anything about books. I barely read, but I love hardcover tapping. I just think it sounds fantastic. It sounds fantastic. If you were to ask me what my favorite book is, I wouldn't have an answer because I do not read any sort of literature at all. I'm too brain rotted and my attention span sucks, so I can't look at a book unless it's got pictures in it. I will flip to a random page in this book and read from there. Probably not the best way to go about it, but I don't want to read from the start because I don't know why I don't want to read from the start. I don't know. I just feel like most of the action's in the middle or something. I don't know how a book works. I mean, I wrote essays, but like, I don't know how books work. watch me and show me love, support. Thank you so much. I think we'll start this page. I will read these 2 pages. Maybe more. I don't know. We'll see how the time frame looks. So, show it. I'm doing this, but I don't even think you can see it. I don't know. But it starts off as satin and velvet. Oh, never mind, said Porthos. Contemptuously, it is all trash. Trash. Porthos. Cloth at 20, livers and Isle, gorgeous satin, regal velvet. Then you think these clothes are splendid. Porthos, splendid. I'll wager that you alone in France have so many and suppose you never had any more made and were to live 100 years, which wouldn't astonish me. You could still wear a new dress the day of your death without being obliged to see the nose of a single tailor from now till then. Porthos shook his head. Come, my friend, said D'Artagnan. This is unnatural, melancholy, and you frightens me. My dear Porthos, pray get out of it, then, and the sooner the better. Yes, my friend, so I will, if indeed it is possible. Perhaps you have received bad news from Brussels. No, they have failed the wood. What? And it has yielded a third more than the estimate. Then has there been a falling off in the pools of Pierrefonds? No, all the pools in the neighborhood. Perhaps your estate at Vallon has been destroyed by an earthquake. No, my friend. On the contrary, the ground was struck by lightning. 100 paces from the catio, and a fountain sprung up in a place entirely destitute of water. What in the world is the matter then? The fact is, I have received an invitation for the fete at Vox, said Porthos with a lugubrious expression. Really takes your breath away. Whispering. Make sure you breathe. Breathe in, take deep breaths. Relax. Everything will be okay. Well, do you complain of that? The king has caused 100 mortal heart burnings among the contraries by refusing invitations. And so, my dear friend, you are of the party at Vox. Bless my soul, indeed I am. You will see a magnificent sight. Alas, I doubt it, though. Everything is grand in France will be brought together there. Ah, cried Porthos, tearing out a lock of his hair in despair. Good heavens, are you ill? Cried D'Artagnan. I am as strong as the Pont Neuf. It isn't. But it isn't. What? I'm sorry. I'm sorry. It isn't that, but what is it then? It is that I have no clothes. D'Artagnan stood petrified. No clothes, Porthos, no clothes, he cried, when I see more than 50 suits on the floor. 50, yes, but not one that fits me. What? Not one that fits you, but are you not measured? Then would you give an order to be? Sure he is, answered Mouston, but unfortunately I have grown stouter. What? You stouter? So much so that I am now bigger than the Baron. Would you believe it, monsieur? Parbleu, it seems to be that it is quite evident. Do you see, stupid? Said Porthos. That is quite evident. Be still, my My dear Porthos, resumed the Arctic, becoming slightly impatient. I don't understand why your clothes do not fit you because Mouston has grown stouter. I am going to explain it, said Porthos. You remember having related to me the story of the Roman general Antony, who had always 7 wild boars kept roasting cooked at different degrees so that he might be able to have his dinner at any time of the day he chose to ask for it. Well then I resolved, as at any time I might be invited to court to spend a week, I resolved to have always 7 suits ready for the occasion. Capitally reasoned Porthos, only a man must have a fortune like yours to gratify such whims. Without counting the time lost in being measured, the fashions are always changing. That is exactly the point, said Porthos, in regard to which I had flattered myself I had hit on a very ingenious device. Breathing. Breathing is important, okay? And this is why we breathe. We're at the end down here. Down here. We're at the end down here. Right here. Right here. Tell me what it is, for I don't doubt your genius. You remember that Mouston once was thin? Yes, when he was called a Mousqueton. And you remember too the period when my good Mouston— Oh, you are not in the fault, Monsieur, said Mouston graciously. You were in Paris, and as for us, we were in Pierrefonds. Well, well, my dear Porthos, there was a time when Mouston began to grow fat. Is that what you wish to say? Yes, my friend, and I greatly rejoiced over it at the time. Indeed, I believe you did, exclaimed the Articanin. You understand, continued Porthos, what a world of trouble it has spared me. No, my dear friend, I do not yet understand, but perhaps with the help of an explanation. Here it is, my friend. In the first place, as you have said, to be measured is a loss of time, even though it occur only once a fortnight. And then one may be traveling and may wish to have 7 suits again, always ready. In short, I have a work of dun dun dun. What? I'll go to the next page. Cliffhanger. We all hate cliffhangers. On a real note, Dexter is a great show. If you haven't watched Dexter, you should watch Dexter. It has some cliffhangers. Every time I think of cliffhangers, I think of Dexter because Dexter is my favorite show and I really want to rewatch it soon. I'm thinking about rewatching Dexter because I love Dexter. Anyways, that was the man in the iron. Oh my gosh, that was the man in the iron mask. Time for the second book. Sorry about that. This one is a little damaged, but it should be okay. I think the other one sounds a little better, but this one's bigger, and I really like the design of all this. But I think the scratch, scratch, sounds better. Sorry. Okay, here we go. We'll do this page. This seems like it has a lot of words in it. Okay. No, no, said Milady. On the contrary, stay, Monsieur d'Artagnan. It's the same people as the other book. That's great. She has never been so kind before. On guard, Milady assumed the most agreeable air possible and conversed with more than her usual brilliancy. At the same time, this fever, which for an instant abandoned her, returned to give luster to her eyes, color to her cheeks, and vermilion to her lips. D'Artagnan was again in the presence of the Surge, who had before surrounded him with her enchantments. His love, which he believed to be extinct, but which was only asleep, awoke again in his heart. Milady smiled, and D'Artagnan felt that he could damn himself for that smile. There was a moment at which he felt something like remorse. By degrees, Milady became more communicative. She asked D'Artagnan if he had a mistress. Alas, said D'Artagnan, with the most sentimental air he could assume, can you be cruel enough to put such a question to me who, from the moment I saw you, have only breathed inside, through you, and for you? Milady smiled with a strange smile. Then you love me, she said. Have I any need to tell you so? Have you not perceived it? It may be, but you know the more hearts are worth the capture, the more difficult they are to be won. Oh, difficulties do not affright me, said D'Artagnan. I shrink before nothing but impossibilities. Nothing is impossible, replied Milady. To true love, nothing, madam. Nothing, replied Milady. The devil, thought D'Artagnan. The note is changed. Is she gonna fall in love with me by chance? This fair and constant. It's hard to breathe, it really is. And she will be disposed to give me and myself another sapphire like that which she gave me toward us. D'Artagnan rapidly drew his seat nearer to Milady's. Well, now, she said, let us see what you would do to prove this love of which you speak. All that could be required of me. Order, I am ready for everything. For everything, cried D'Artagnan, who knew beforehand that he had not much to risk in engaging himself thus. Well, now let us talk a little seriously, said Milady in her turn, drawing her armchair nearer to D'Artagnan's chair. I am all attention, madam, said he. Milady remained thoughtful and undecided for a moment. Then, as if appearing to have formed a resolution, she said, have an enemy? You, madame, said D'Artagnan, affecting surprise. Is that possible, my God, good and beautiful as you are? Mortal enemy, indeed. An enemy who has insulted me so cruelly that between him and me it is war to the death. May I reckon on you as an auxiliary? D'Artagnan at once perceived the ground to which the vindictive creature wished to reach. You may, madame, said he with emphasis. My arm and my life belong to you like my love. Then, said Milady, since you are as generous as you are loving, she stopped. Well, demanded D'Artagnan. Well, replied Milady, after a moment of silence. From the present time, cease to talk of possibilities. Do not overwhelm me with happiness, cried D'Artagnan, throwing himself on his knees and covering with his kisses the hands abandoned to him. Avenge me of the infamous De Wardes, said Milady, between her teeth, and I shall soon know how to get rid of you. You double idiot, you animated sword blade. Fall voluntary into my arms, hypocritical and dangerous. Abuse me with such effrontery, and afterward I will laugh at you with him whom you wish me to kill. D'Artagnan lifted up his head. I am ready, said he. You have understood me, then, dear Monsieur d'Artagnan. guys enjoyed this video, and I hope that you guys had a great day, or evening, or morning, and I hope everything goes out the way you want it to. I hope everything you believe in comes true. I hope everything you want you get. I hope everything you need you get. I hope all the best for you all. Thank you all so much for watching. I love you. You mean something to someone. You mean so much